Hello, what up guys? How you doing? It is Lasty here. Welcome today to a new episode of the FIFA 20 Ultimate Team Road to Glory, episode number 149. Today's episode, there is one main goal. It is to get some icon swap tokens, complete some objectives, so that we can get enough to finally unlock this Ronald Koeman. And that's exactly what we are planning on doing in today's episode. So if you do enjoy, hit me with a thumbs up button. Let's go for 2,000 likes on this episode. I know you can do it. Keep showing that support, and thank you so much for all of the support lately. It's been nuts. Subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. Click the little notification bell, become part of the Noti gang, and then let me know in the comment section if you are a member of the Noti gang, like you always do. So these are, of course, all of the icon swaps online. We got one token already just by playing the game, and that was because we played the weekend league. If you didn't see yesterday's episode, we pushed on further from gold 3 up into gold 2, so that's cool. We'll have slightly better rewards this week on the road to glory, which is awesome. But this was what I was gonna go with for one of my tokens today. I thought, you know what, we can go in using the Bundesliga squad and get our objective done. And then I was like, you know what? I don't know. Like, I'm not sure. I guess this would also have worked because it's 9 first owner Bundesliga players, and then there's also like 11 first owner players in there, which I think is one. And then what we're actually going to do is use this. So you can kill two birds with one stone by doing something like using a full French team that are all first owner, and that will complete a couple of the different challenges. So these are the French players that I have first owner. Not quite as amazing as I'd hope, but still a usable, solid team for the level that I'm at right now. So we're going to complete Les Bleus and One Club Wonders, which is... So I guess what we could have done is we could have done the Bundesliga one and then One Club Wonders. You can basically do 2 of these at the same time, as long as whatever league squad you pick, make sure that there's 11 first owner players there, as opposed to just 9. If you do that, you'll get 2 of these done in one, which is obviously nice. You know, you guys want that to happen, right? So this is the first squad that I come up against. He's someone that's probably not doing an objective, I don't think, with the way that his team looked. But I thought I'd give it a go anyway. You know, I typically play the first 10 to 20 minutes of the game to see if someone is an opponent that I think I can beat, or whether or not they're good, or what. And then, you know, quit accordingly or stay in accordingly. And we end up going 1-0 up. And it's Lenglet of all people that gets the goal. And, you know... That was from a corner, so we've actually scored a header from a corner. Wild things that are occurring on the episode today. But we push through with Kylian and Mbappe right here, knock it into Neymar, and of course that is going to be 2-0. You guys seem really happy that Neymar was back, so I'm glad about that. And of course, obviously, bringing Rodrigo in is an exciting little player to have in the squad. And his price is like yo-yoing, so I've seen points where he's actually gone back above what I paid for him, mainly getting closer to night times. I wonder what he's going to do as we approach the Weekend League and Future Stars 2. I wonder, because if he's no longer in packs as of Friday and people want him for the Weekend League, does he start to creep up a little bit? Or do people flood the market with their Rodrigos because they already used him, they're bored with him, and there's a whole new set of Future Stars coming out? Curious to see, and I guess we'll find out over the next couple of days. But yeah, I've seen him drop loads in price. I've seen him go back up in price, so I don't really know what to say. All I know is that he's in our club still, so I haven't actually gone ahead and sold him just yet. But if he was to go up to like $1 million and we could actually make our money back and not lose anything, you never know when Lasty's going to list a player on the market, do you? So we come away with a victory in that first game. And we come up against a Prem team, someone obviously doing objectives, but hey, so am I. So it's going to be a tough old game, and we're going to battle it out with this fella. We actually end up going 1-0 up, and then Adama doing Adama things, cuts it inside to an Odegaard. So this guy was actually trying to combine doing the Odegaard challenges at the same time, which is smart. I guess I'll get around to that stuff as well. And there's also the Dan James stuff as well, which is mostly squad battles, I'm pretty sure. We're going to have a lot to do over the next couple of weeks or for the rest of this season. Like, once we get the icon stuff out of the way, which is, you know, pretty much completed it today, so that we can unlock Koeman. The rest, if we get any more tokens, that will just go towards probably unlocking a Bobby Moore, just because he's 5 tokens. And we can get an 89 rated fodder player for the club. Simple as that. I don't want any of the other players. There's a maximum of 8 tokens I could get. And I think really the only options are Hierro or Bobby Moore. And I don't think Hierro is good enough to really get in our squad over any of our centre-backs, really. And you know, Bobby Moore's higher rated and he costs less. So that makes sense to me. I don't think there's any other ones. You can let me know if there were some cheaper ones there that I've just forgotten about, though. But we end up... Do we end up getting our second win there? Oh, yeah, we must do, because we end up getting promoted up to Div 4. And I don't think we're even going to stay there, because there was a few games in a row where things got a little bit rubbish. I ended up losing a couple, quitting a couple, whatever it was. And so it knocks us back down eventually. But hey, I don't mind staying in Div 5, Div 4 area. Doesn't really matter to me. As long as we can hopefully secure rank 2 from rivals, then at least we get the 50k packs and stuff. So I needed to update the club with a few squad fitnesses because I didn't really have any of them left. But we then come up against this. This is obviously someone doing Serie A first owner objectives, and he's been wise about it to also put in there 2 icons, which are from Icon Swaps 1, which will be both first owner. So you guys know that this fella is also trying to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. So it's the smart play, that's for sure. And I like that you can do multiple things at the same time. And like, if we were to bring on Odegaard as someone in our team, we could have also done like 3 or multiple things at the same time. But I can't quite get my head around it. And I also think if you start venturing off and like forcing the ball to Odegaard because you know you need to get a win, but you need to score with him as well, you're going to end up missing chances and you're going to end up conceding goals at the other end and end up losing the game. So you got to stick your focus on like maybe a couple of things at maximum at one time, knowing that we've got like 40 days left of the season or whatever it is, 30 something days left. You know, we've got time. Don't worry, don't rush it. But we are pushing our way into rank 2, so that's good. And obviously it's Thursday today as you're watching this. I will do my rewards video for you tomorrow. We'll open up our gold 2 rewards, which I'm quite excited about. It's more coins, obviously that's good because we lose a lot on tax in this season, on this FIFA, on this series. I don't know what I was going to say. I think on this series was what I was really going for. But yeah, we do lose a lot on EA tax in this series, so it's nice to get, I think, what will be 45k this week, and then a couple rare mega packs and stuff. So and then of course the red player picks that we get tomorrow will have, it won't be 1 out of 3 players, it'll be 1 out of 4 players, so I guess slightly better chances of getting whoever's whatever red players we could potentially want from this week. So we go into this game. This one was a tough one. I'll give my opponent that. He was someone that liked to do league SBCs, as he had a lot of that premium SBC card design in his squad, something that we don't actually own. Like, I'd love to get Tonali or some of the other ones. Like, I think one of the Bundesliga ones is quite good as well. I'm not 100% sure. There's a Brazilian striker which I'd quite like, who's like 4-star skill, 5-star weak foot. But again, I think this year they're a little bit more expensive and slightly less rewarding in terms of the packs you get back. So I'm sure you probably can do some sort of League SBC grind this year, and I think some of the other Road to Glory channels actually do that, but that's not something we've really got around to, typically because I empty my club out every now and again so that I can squeeze the last drops of coins out so that I can buy that expensive player that I've been waiting and wanting for a couple of days. So that's pretty much how I run things over here. But we get a 2-0 victory against this guy. That was not easy, but it does feel nice when you're using a team that's lesser. Like, when you're using something that you're not used to and you still come away with the victory. Yeah, granted, we're bringing on Atal, Neymar, and Mbappe. Of course we are, you know, but it's still nice when, you know, what I found was Kimpembe wasn't very good. I did not really rate Kimpembe in my squad. He was quite difficult to use and he made quite a lot of mistakes and was not as good as when I used my David Luiz, that is for sure. But we finally get through 26 minutes into this game. I just ball roll and hit him with a little finesse. Didn't know whether or not the goalkeeper was going to get a hand to that, or whether or not it was just going to hit the post, or you know how it goes on FIFA 20. So glad that one actually went in. But my opponent's Remy just decided to keep hitting me with drag backs, and eventually I bit to one of them. So of course it left me exposed, and he ends up hitting the post and it going in. And then I gave away a penalty. So he ends up scoring that and baiting me and bluffing me and going the wrong way. So I was 1-0 up. I found myself 2-1 down. So I'd gone super ultra crazy attacking Lasties 10 depth scenario, and it actually paid off with a kind of like a long shot finesse, which is a rarity on this game. But it wouldn't be Lasty without some sort of epic fail. So yeah, there you go. I passed it to Kimpembe, who, well, I then just passed it straight to my opponent. I don't really know how or why that happened, but hey, it happened. But it doesn't matter because we run down the other end and get a goal with Neymar. So we've equalised, and I feel like I can win this match. And then this, I'm struck by Kimpembe being awful again, and he gets it through to his Odegaard. So it made me a little bit sad because I now don't get my objective done, and this guy gets a whole bunch of objectives done. So GG's and fair play to that fella. I've said fella like 50 times. I apologise. I don't ever really say that word. But I've apparently it's in my vocabulary today. But yeah, he got many objectives done in that one game, and we ended up getting none. So that hurt a little bit. It really did. So then we go into the next match and come up against is that a Primian, right? And then also a baby Drogba. So a couple of players which I'm not used to coming up against, I won't lie. And then he sticks one in the back of the net with a Mo Salah. I wasn't very good at defending today. Not that I ever am very good, but I was particularly on. I was on form of being a terrible defender on this game. We eventually get a goal back with Kylian Mbappe, and then we knock this free kick short. Griezmann into Aouar, into Mbappe, and I hit the scoop, and it actually goes the wrong way. It goes that I was hoping he would scoop sort of into the box, but that was ended up being perfect. He sort of scoops out, and it gives him the space to hit the finesse. We go 2-1 up. Then Aouar knocks it into Mbappe, and I just sort of drag that back. Goalkeeper was already out, so I knock it into Neymar because he can't be offside, knowing that there was one on the line and the goalkeeper and stuff as well. And we make it 3-1. So that was a tough one, and eventually we come away with the goods, which is nice, really nice. So as you can see, we have dropped skill rating because there's been plenty of losses in between there. Up to 13,600 skill rating, so not bad. But of course, what we have done is completed 2 more icon swap objectives, which is great because now we just need 1 to get up to 10, which will be actually our 16th that we've earned, because we already spent 6 on Van der Sar. 10 will obviously unlock us Ronald Koeman. In my head, I keep wanting to call him Kingsley Koeman, but I know that's just not the right name. I know I just got to get that out of my head. You know, stop being an idiot, mate. But yeah, so instead of stressing myself out and going back into online icon swaps for now, what I decided to do next, and you can see me adding them in here and showing off my lovely 9 tokens to you guys, is I decided that I would go into squad battles. It's something that meant that I could edit this portion of the video, I could eat my dinner, I could do whatever maintenance and stuff in my life that I needed to get going and get doing, because squad battles is fairly easy, and you can just do the little thing where you do the fake shot in the box, and then the ball just sort of stands still, and the defenders don't push you, and then they're struggling, and then you can just get on with life because they're not going to press you and stuff. So that little squad battles glitch is always is quite effective and quite nice, and it helps you get through the objectives with far less hassle than if you actually just played. So we ended up needing to go out and buy some Dutch players, because that's the one I decided to do. I figured I've already got a couple of good Dutch people in the club. I've got Van der Sar, I've got Frankie de Jong, I've got one Storch Promes, I have a Wijnaldum. So like I've got a couple of players in there that can do the job, and it was just down to filling up the squad. They didn't need to be first owner or anything like that, and I could just get them done and build my Dutch squad, as you can see, and know that I'll bring on David Luiz, Neymar and Mbappe. Those are the 3 players that I decided I'd bring on, because David Luiz, just in case my opponent gets the ball and goes on an attack, I need someone to be able to defend well. And then the 2 strikers are obviously going to come off for Neymar and Mbappe, so I can easily get my first goal, and then I won't score with them again. So So I know that with these squad battles things, I'm ruining the records of Mbappe and Neymar because I literally go 1-0 up. So one of them probably scores and then no one scores for the rest of the games because I win all the games 1-0 and then just sit in the corner with it. So yeah, that is what it is. But hey, we actually got it done. It takes a couple of hours. It takes like 2 hours because, you know, each game is like 15 to 20 minutes. And you got to win 6 of them. I only needed to do it, I think, on World Class, but I did it on Legendary because, like, I find it easier. It's the step above, but like I said before, plenty of times, I actually find it easier. They seem to press a little bit less, and you can still score the goal against the rubbish bronze squads, which is exactly how I play the squad battles. So we got it done, and what you can see on screen is 10 icon swap tokens. So we're going to end the episode off by finally unlocking ourselves that player that we've been so confident about unlocking over the last couple of weeks, especially since we tried him out by buying him on the market. So Ronald Koeman, welcome to the road to glory as a first owner, untradeable icon, my 4th icon of the series, all 4 being from Icon Swaps, by the way. Pep Guardiola, Roberto Carlos, Edwin van der Sar, and then Ronald Koeman coming into our RTG, which is brilliant. So, of course, he is going to walk out here. We've unlocked ourselves an 88 rated mid Icon Koeman. Hello, welcome to my team. He comes out doing the worm, which is unprecedented. I bet he didn't do that in his career. So, yeah, like he's great. I think I'm actually going to play him as a centre-back because, like I've been saying, I actually kind of love Atal as the centre mid in my squad. So and at the moment in the current squad we've actually got Paulinho and Aouar back in, so we've kind of already got our 2 centre mids, and I like how he tackles and stuff, and it's nice to know that we've got a good free kick taker as well in the team, because he's done nothing but score them for me when I owned him previously last week. So yeah, this is basically the updated finished squad for now. We've got about 100k coins in the bank, tradable players of the front 3, so I could sell any of those front 3, Mbappe, Neymar and Rodrigo, and that would net me what, somewhere near 2 million. I'm not sure if it is 2 million anymore or what, but I went and bought an anchor for Koeman, so that's me like solidifying that I want to play him as a defender. I would have gone and put an engine on him if I wanted him in midfield, but I think let's just boost that pace, boost the defending, and then I put the anchor rather than the shadow simply because I want to get that aggression up as high as possible and stuff. So I think he's got nearly perfect defensive stats. He's about 80 something pace as well, and of course he's got great passing, decent dribbling for a centre back. So we've got someone here that is hopefully going to partner up really nicely with David Luiz. One thing I do hope is that we haven't got two kind of attacking, ball playing centre backs, because I don't need them to be getting out of position. But I guess defenders don't necessarily push too far out of position these days. They kind of sit back with my custom tactics. So yeah, that is going to wrap things up for the episode, boys. I hope you have enjoyed. Do me a favour and hit that thumbs up button. Let's go for 2,000 likes like I asked. That would be amazing. Come and follow me on Twitter and Instagram. The links are down below. And of course, look forward to tomorrow's episode where, of course, I will do my red rewards for you guys. Gold 2 rewards from the Weekend League this week. And who knows, maybe we'll be able to pack a Future Stars player from the other packs that we end up getting. That'd be brilliant, wouldn't it? So yeah, if you have enjoyed, hit the thumbs up button. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you all have a wonderful day, everyone. I will catch you tomorrow with another episode. Peace.